Hey, what's up, guys? Petzergling here with Daz, bringing you the first round of 16 game, and God, am I excited for this. Savior versus Upmagic, and finally Savior is in, back in full, well, I wouldn't say full swing yet, but he's definitely playing some excellent games, and now we get to see him up against Upmagic in a best of 3, and probably one of the most creative Terrans playing right now. So, I mean, Savior definitely has a lot of experience dealing with cheese, but I'm just really interested to see what Upmagic throws at Savior, especially on a map like this. So, what do you think? Do you think Upmagic's going to try something crazy, or do you think he might, play a standard game thinking that he can beat Savior? Because his TVZ really isn't that bad.
I think he's gonna try something crazy, personally. I mean,
yeah, that's a safe bet with Upmagic.
Non-standard, yeah, really. Why? I mean, why differ? That's what he's good at, right? I mean, he's one of the most creative players, and against Savior, who's such a macro beast, like, why would you let him have his, you know what I mean? Why would you let him have his way? Take him out of his game, right? And those are looking at Savior stats. What was that 31-23 versus Terran, or that was his versus T stats? I couldn't really see too clearly. By the way, just
it was versus T this season.
Okay, that's not just this season. I think that's overall MSL stats, because that can't be this season.
Oh,
like,
maybe.
If you looked this up,
yeah.
it was 90.
Well, that like last, I don't know. Yeah.
That must have been like his overall MSL stats, and those are pretty strong. I mean, even with his crazy slump, we look at it. And Upmagic is saying good stats versus Zerg, 10 and 6. So his TVZ is actually pretty good. It's probably kind of a Zerg killer, but yeah, I still think that it's in his favor to play a non-standard game. I mean, if you're up against like one of the most dominating standard macro players of all time, like, why would you not? You would want to take him out of his game. You don't want to play into his hands. You want to make it into a broken game, so to say. You don't want to put him in familiar, comfortable situations. Take him out of that. Put him in something, a situation where he doesn't know what to do. Anyway, we're syncing up here. 1, 0, and we're off. I mean, personally, that's what I would do. I mean, that's what I do. If I'm playing some 300 APM Super Korean, I'm not just going to play like a standard macro game. Like, I'm going to do some fucked up shit that he's not going to expect, just to kind of put him in a situation where he doesn't know exactly what to do and can't use his million APM to just crush me, you know what I mean? So that's personally what I think Upmagic's going to do. I think that's what he should do.
Right, and I think one thing we kind of pointed out is what Upmagic is going to do, but really I think another big question is what is Savior going to do? I mean, going into this, he isn't in the OSL while Upmagic is, although I don't think Upmagic practiced very much for his last game. But Savior probably is concentrating all of his efforts right now on this game. He wants to get his MSL title back. He wants to prove himself, and the first stepping stone for him is going to be Upmagic. So I'm sure he's going to have a real clever build prepared for this. I mean, I can't imagine he's going to play the standard 3-hatch Mutalist build, unless, he scouts that Upmagic isn't up to any trouble. But, the base distances are pretty big, and I think that Savior can really play a strong macro game when he can get his third gas really early. And, oh wow, Savior's going to go for an early spawning pool here. It looks like a 9 pool from Savior, so completely expecting something from Upmagic. And, this doesn't surprise me at all, but Upmagic looks like he's playing a pretty standard game here so far. And he's building a supply depot right next to his CC, so the SCVs pop out a little bit closer to the minerals, but it's a little bit more inconvenient because now they spawn farther away, as you see, if he wants to move out for barracks. And it looks like a pretty forward barracks here, and I'm not sure. He might just be scouting extremely early. And this is a good move, I think, scouting early on this map, not only just because it's such a big map and it's a 1v1 map, but against a Zerg, because you don't have any ramp to hold, I think a 9-pool speed is actually really effective build, at least for early pressure on here. So good move overall for Savior, going into, a very, I wouldn't say aggressive build, because it's really to stop any sort of cheese that Upmagic's going to go for. And I guess the next big question is Upmagic going to go for a mech build, or is he going to go for a standard fast expand? And if he, there's the mech, so it looks like a refinery here, and Upmagic's going to scout this, and let's see how well he's going to be able to defend this 9-pool speed. I'm sure he has something prepared for this.
I mean, isn't it gonna be hard to do a mech expansion build on a map with no ramps? I mean, how is he gonna hold against standard Zergling play? I mean, he doesn't have a ramp, he can't wall in. Like, what would you do as a Terran? Like, how do you mech on a map that's so open?
He's pretty much forced to bunker. I mean, I guess what I've seen most players do, especially in foreign play, is they wall in. they'll build like a wall in, like a supply depot in their barracks forward, but I'm really not sure what he's going to do here. Look at that. So he's building a bunker, but he's building it in his main base. So just like you said, though, that's going to limit him a lot. And Upmagic doing everything he can, just trying to delay that drone. But I agree, it's going to be pretty difficult to mech. But I mean, we haven't seen pretty much any TVZ on this map. So I mean, I really don't know what to say about mech. I'm just going to kind of wait and see.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know mech is really strong these days, but I get the impression that mech is so strong because Terrans have learned how to FE with it to get a really good macro. Like, if you can't FE, one base mech is nothing new, and one base mech has never been that great, and I can't imagine. I don't think that it's so great these days either. I think the key to why mech has been working lately is the Terrans have figured out how to FE with it and just get such a huge like army so quickly. If you can't FE with it, then I don't know really like what his game plan is. I don't think it's too great of a build. I mean, obviously he's not going to be able to expand anytime soon here. Like, he's going to have to wait to get like at least like 2 vultures before he can even try to expand. And even then, it's going to be risky. So I mean, he's going to be really far behind. Oh, and he's losing the SCV here. Really well done by Savior. He's really using that link speed to his advantage, man. Making sure that 100 gas was not a waste of money. Oh, he's probably going to get this depot too. This is really good play by Savior. I think he's taking a solid advantage in this game. I mean, this is just not good at all for Upmagic. I mean, what would you do?
Yeah, that was just an awesome move,
What do you do from this point?
I mean, you know, that's really tough. I think that was a really good move from Savior because he opened up with a 9 pool. You know, I really didn't even think about that. I mean, when I saw the 9 pool, it was more of a defensive maneuver. But just like you said, I mean, it's really and he lifts his barracks above his starport to not allow Savior to see that. So, you know, that's what I think both of us kind of imagined there, that it's going to be real difficult for Upmagic to go for a 2-base mech build. And I think, but it leads me to believe that he was really planning for this the whole time because, you know, he would have gone for some sort of wall in at the expansion if he knew if he wanted to expand. I don't think there's a change of plans. And Savior with an oh, was he getting? Wow, he got the vulture. The SCV even blocked it a little bit. That was key there. I mean, the first vulture in a mech build, it clears out the Zerglings. It gives you a little bit of breathing room, and Savior being able to eliminate that. And while we've been totally neglecting Savior, who has gone for an extremely fast layer into Spire because he got that second gas so early, and now scouting the starport, losing another SCV for Upmagic. I mean, this is just terrible. This is going completely downhill for Upmagic. Savior is going to have a pair of Scourge as well as 4 or 5 Mutalisks out by the time Upmagic only has 1 Wraith, and there's no way that Upmagic is going to be able to take an expansion without building up a force here. I mean, he's pretty much forced to use this 1 vulture and micro against the Zerglings that Savior's had from the first few minutes of the game.
Well, not only that, but he also has no idea that Savior 2-hatched, and I mean, I think, I don't know when the SCV died, but I imagine it died pretty early considering Savior got link speed right away. So I think he has no idea what Savior's doing. He has no idea about the quick lair, the quick 2-hatch, and I mean, really, what could he do even if he does? I mean, the 2-hatch lair is just so much stronger than 1 starport Wraith. I mean, this is going to be really tough for Upmagic to go anywhere with this build, I think.
Wow, I hope Savior has a backup Overlord, though. That's going to hurt. If Savior was, you know, programmers have very technical build orders, and if he had not kept in mind for that Overlord loss, Savior's not going to be able to get his... yeah, see, if you look at the eggs, yeah, he did have that Mutalisk in time. The Overlord popped out just there.
Yeah, because he saw the Starport a while ago.
But Upmagic expanded. I mean, don't you think this is a pretty strange build? I mean, he went for Vulture, Wraith, and then expand. Almost like a Protoss, like a Sayer GT build. Like, he's using the Wraith to scout like that.
I don't know how he plans to hold this expansion against
God.
Savior's first 6 Mutalisks. Oh, wow. Actually almost going... Wow. That was some good control.
That was amazing.
Savior there to block them out. Yeah, like, I'm really impressed by Savior's unit control so far. I mean, it's really been top-notch, like the old Savior. I mean, with the Lings first, and then the Vulture block with the Lings again. And this, but yeah, this is the problem. Like, what does now Upmagic do against these 5 or 6 Mutalisks? I mean, if he goes straight down to the natural, there's just no way that Upmagic can hold a natural.
Bunkers. He doesn't even have turrets in time. He's forced to build bunkers.
I mean, a bunker can help him out, but I think even he could just tank that bunker. I mean, if he just brought in his Zerglings and he tanked that bunker, it would be GG pretty much. I guess he doesn't realize how quickly he took the natural, so he's just going to do some harassment here. But the harassment here is going to do damage for sure. No turrets up at all. 1 Goliath and 1 Wraith. Already lost. Oh, the Wraith is down. Great control by Savior. The turret's going to go down again. I mean, that Goliath is getting a whole lot of free shots, but really 1 Goliath is going to take forever to kill that many Mutalisks. This turret's going to go down right away, and this is just a disaster for Upmagic.
He has to pull all his SCVs off.
Yeah,
And
I mean, this is
is he
brutal.
building a Valkyrie?
I
Looks
hope
like he
so.
is.
I mean, it's. I really hope he is, because that's exactly what he needs. I think this early
He's gonna lose the
two-hatch
control.
Mutalisk is really just. I think is what threw Upmagic off his game. I think he expected the Zerg to go 3-hatch, and he